Harvey Weinstein, Bob Weinstein, God bless them.
Harvey Weinstein, who believed in us and made this movie.
Harvey and Bob Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein.
Thank you, Harvey Weinstein. Especially Harvey.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite cowboy is back in town with a brand new video today, one of which is a bit sensitive. This is a PG-13 video like most of my channel is, but it's about Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein. Why am I making a video about this doofus? Well, it's interesting because Candace Owens, another doofus, interviewed Harv recently, and apparently from what this interview has got people wagging their tongues about is that she's defending him because of his religion, not because of the horrible crimes he committed against Hollywood's finest actresses back in the day. I know, right? That's what any normal simpleton would like to do, tear this man apart. But if you end up enjoying this video today, folks, and again, many thanks to those who have resubscribed after finding out they've been unsubscribed by YouTube. And let's get into this because, oh boy, Twitter really is hilarious when it comes to people like Harvey Weinstein.
Leaving skid marks where others fail to tread. The Kung Fu Hot Dog Ragecast.
This tweet right here is very funny. Say what you will, but this should never happen on Harvey's watch. So, in other words, if these were the actresses back in the day, can we even call some of these reprobates right here actresses? I will leave that to you to figure out yourself. Holy shit, this is... yeah, and, you know, looking at Ellen Page right here, that's what I'm going to still call her. She's going to be in Christopher Nolan's new film, The Odyssey, which, on principle, I will not watch because she's in it. So, he's in it, she's in it, they're in it. Do you see what I mean? Listen, Nolan, I'm a big fan of your previous work. I know you're a big Michael Mann simp. I know you're trying to emulate his career by pretending to be the British version of him, but it ain't gonna work, dude. There's only one Michael Mann, just like there's only one Christopher Nolan. And this is my biggest complaint, folks. This is what I've always said. Why are actresses in Hollywood these days not going to be on your bedroom wall as a pin-up? Because first of all, pin-up is probably an outdated term now. They're all deliberately flat-chested, very mannish looking, very ugly. I mean, Bella Ramsey, good grief, did this woman ask to be born? Probably not if she knew what was in store for her. Zendaya, without the makeup, just looks like a fish out of water. Well, we know who that person is already. And that's Florence Pugh. Now, sometimes she has her good days where she looks amazing, and then obviously quite clearly on this one, she doesn't look that amazing, but that's by the by. Oh, God. Yeah, well, Rachel Zegler. Can you imagine Rachel Zegler under the guise of Harvey Weinstein? That would be a very interesting scenario to break down, I think. And of course, yeah. I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, the thing with Harvey Weinstein, like a lot of the Tarantino collaborations, those films, Pulp Fiction, and I believe Reservoir Dogs, Weinstein worked on as well. Weinstein obviously worked on the original Lord of the Rings films, didn't he? As the distributor. And I will still watch those films. I mean, again, when you see the name above the opening titles or before they emerge, you're like, oh no, you kind of grimace a bit. It's like Kevin Spacey. You know, you watch Seven and you think, what an amazing performance. But it's Kevin Spacey, and you sometimes have to separate the two just a little bit and just carry on enjoying the film for the experience it was intended to give you. And then they offer the role to Bella Ramsey, like, oh my God, I'm honestly probably the most memeable face of the year so far. Harvey Weinstein, thank God I found you. We need you to come back to Hollywood and make films great again. And that's, I guess that's a mock-up of Harvey. Somebody's pretending to be him at a Chinese experimentational lab, shall we say, for the better of phrasing things in a more crass way. Melanie King, Weinstein says the New York Times falsely smeared him like they did Justin Baldoni. Justin Baldoni, if you don't know that story, it's a whole brouhaha between him and Blake Lively, who is the queen bitch, by the way. I know it's Mrs. Ryan Reynolds, but she's absolutely horrible because she was accusing Justin of walking in on her while she was doing other things in the trailer when he wasn't supposed to be there, talking about her weight, all these alleged things. She then, when they were promoting the film, which I forgot what it's called now, but she was promoting her product and all this nonsense instead of talking about the film. And it's got a sequel now, and Paul Feig from Bridesmaids has directed it, and her and maybe Paul is a her, who knows, but Paul and Blakely are like, oh my god, best friends forever, can't wait, hello. Oh, it's so stupid. But Candace Owens, right, she gave an interview to Harvey not too long ago. The more I see this guy's face, the more I just want to spit on it. Oh, this is hilarious. Look, I'm not saying what Harvey Weinstein did was okay. I'm just saying we never had this many ugly biatches in movies when he was around. It's an interesting thing to look at, isn't it? It's true. I mean, whatever. And we know he did horrible things. I mean, Harvey Weinstein is the reason why we never got Mira Sorvino in the original Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings films, because she was up for a part in that movie. I'm suspecting it might have been Arwen, which later went to Liv Tyler, or it could have been Galadriel, which obviously went to Cate Blanchett. But because Miss Sorvino refuted the advances of Weinstein, he was actually able to get her blackballed in Hollywood. In fact, Peter Jackson wanted to cast her in the film, but got a call from Harvey or some, like a spokesman from him saying, don't cast her at all, she's bad news. And that's what led to her not being such a prolific actress in that time of her life, when she just came hot off the heels of winning an Oscar for that Woody Allen film she starred in, Mighty Aphrodite. But let's have a look at this interview. It's just a brief snippet with Candace. And Candace Owens is very, very funny, actually. She and I don't mean that as in ha ha. She's just an oddball. She really is. But let's see if this is the interview.
I did not commit these crimes. I swear that before God and the people watching now, and on my family. The people who support me are scared to talk.
Isn't that funny? Because when you're on death row or when you're about to meet your maker, it's funny how you suddenly discover God. Isn't that weird, right? You know, I know we blaspheme every day. We take the Lord's name in vain. God knows I do. See what I mean? I've just done it again now. How dare I? Don't smite me. I know that was a bit of a... That could be seen as a Jewish stab. It's not that at all. It's not a Jewish jibe. It's just... I'm taking a biblical word from the Bible. Don't get all worked up in there now, please. I'm cool with everybody, okay? But my point is, you know, people like Harvey, you know, behind this double pane glass, I'm not guilty, Your Honor. I didn't commit these crimes. And apparently he later goes on to apologize for things that he has done. So why are you apologizing, Harvey? And then now you went, oh, I did some terrible things. I mean, come on, dude.
They are frightened to death that they're going to be canceled.
What I always found to be problematic about the Me Too movement from the beginning, we're conflating he made a pass at me and I didn't like it with rape.
It's...
Okay, the Me Too stuff, I would agree, that went out because the Harvey Weinstein situation actually spearheaded Me Too. I will admit that Me Too did get out of control. It wasn't just amongst the Hollywood elite. It was everywhere, like in your office space. Maybe if you're going to a do, somebody would accuse you of doing something that you didn't do. And that really got out of control. It got nasty, got vitriolic, even ended up with some men deleting themselves because they were just wrongly accused of things they never did, or because of victimhood and I want to get some compensation, or I want to get revenge because I'm an absolute retard. It's those sort of things. Thankfully, I've never been a victim of Me Too, because why would anybody come after me in that instance? But there you go, folks.
A complete fabrication about my relationship with Gwyneth. I didn't put my hand on her. I didn't touch her. I definitely made a pass. Ashley Judd's claims are I definitely made a pass.
So he made a pass at Miss Paltrow, did he? Wow, okay, but he didn't touch her, but quite clearly in his photograph right here. I mean, Harvey, where have you got your hand? Is it around Miss Paltrow's waist or somewhere else? Let's not just put him under the spotlight. All these other actresses like Meryl Streep and Jennifer Lawrence were like, oh my God, Harvey, you're the best, oh my word.
Before we begin, I just want to congratulate Harvey and his wife Georgina on the birth of their new baby boy.
Thank you.
Harvey gave us just what we needed, another him.
Well, when it was found out what he did, they're like, oh my God, I never said that. That was somebody else that stood in for me. I mean, you can't blame it on AI because AI wasn't that advanced back then, was it? So let's carry on.
Hand on her. I didn't touch her. I definitely made a pass. Ashley Judd's claims are ridiculous. I settled with Rose McGowan. I gave her $100,000. Don't tell my wife. Don't get me in trouble. It's all conflated, and it's all led to the idea that...
Because $100,000 to someone like Harvey Weinstein is just money they made in a single week, and maybe the rest of it they wiped their body hole with and threw it in the bin for their assistant to collect afterwards.
I am going to be the one they persecute. They broke me. They broke me in half.
There's just so much when you read the transcripts that defy common sense for me.
I've asked to have lie detector tests brought into the prison. I know they're not admissible, but I want the world to know.
To be honest with you, I think a lot of people are going to hear this conversation.
Candace, you know, one thing...
Candace, I mean, I know you're Jewish, which I didn't know, by the way, and I know you're black, I know you're married, but girl, if it was different, I would have made a pass at you. I know, terrible. How can I say such a thing? But this is the mind of Harvey Weinstein. Why wouldn't I say that? Again, folks, as I said in my previous video, it's all about ridicule. When things get this bad, ridicule them with humor. They can't handle it.
I can tell you, this is going to explode.
Probably a wrong choice of words there, Harvey. I've got to say, that's Harvey Weinstein speaks. And look, I've not bothered watching the rest of this interview. I've heard it's pretty... what I've actually heard is that, again, yeah, she's just gone on the defense of him because of his religion. He's obviously a fellow Jew like she is. And, hey, and that the implication is... she's kind of overlooking his crimes and defending him more because I guess with Candace Owens, what she likes to do is when something is very trendy, she's just going to go along with that. It's like leaning into the whole, what's clickbait at the moment? What can I do to get people insane? Just enraged. And that's it. Whereas a normal simpleton like me in his room, in a very cool t-shirt, by the way. Do you like this Keith Geffen design? Let me just stand back and give you a bit of a twirl. There you go, yeah. I'll show you the back of it later on because it's got bullet holes on it. It's really, really cool, actually. But honestly, I got to say, this whole thing about... I mean, Harvey Weinstein is like the last bastion of old school Hollywood, right? Where, again, yeah, you could line up the most beautiful women in the world. You could either make or break them into Hollywood, and obviously there was just two ways to do that. And unfortunately, that recruitment process isn't just tied to Hollywood, but other offshoots of the film industry. If you know what I'm referring to, ladies and gentlemen. But Candace Owens, I call it Cringe Owens because she can be cringe a lot of the times. I think her smile is pretty fake as well. Like, just behind the sincerity is a ton of insincerity. Unlike yours truly, who has that in the tenfold, in the millions, in the gajillions. But if you enjoyed this video today, folks, make sure you give it a like below. Smash that subscribe button like this. And I'll catching me for the return of the next video.
Finally, I'd like to thank Harvey Weinstein. The Punisher, that's his nickname. The Punisher, yes.
Like, comment, and subscribe to the Kung Fu Hot Dog Ragecast. If not, Duke Nukem knows where you live.